There is difficulty in the naming of the directions in the space. They are really meant to be ways of thinking of the relationship of different values to each other, and they are really meant to just describe those spatial relationships. Now, when we're talking about values, for example, we begin to want to call them by the same terms as we use for this imaginary shell, which is a physical space around us. And we get into a certain amount of difficulty sometimes because we use the same adjective to describe the value as the space. And it doesn't quite fit sometimes. And a notable example of that is the use of the term or the use of the distinction between the spatial forward and the spatial backward, and the values which correspond to that in the space. So we try to avoid. I try to avoid, when possible, the use of those spatial terms in any context which they refer, except that where they refer to the physical space. It comes out in particular to be difficult with regard to the physical forward portion of the space and the physical backward portion of the space. The words forward and backward, for better or for worse, are evaluative words themselves. They not only mean directions in the space, they also have the implication somehow that forward is good and backward is bad. It gets into the problem of arousing the value conflict between the people who are who represent the commitment to the legitimate authority now existing, and those who resist it. Those who resist it are in, I won't even use the word now, the part of space back there for our computing purposes. But if you say that if you use the words for the space to refer to them, they don't like it, and rightly so, because it begs the question. The question typically is, well, which is desirable and which is not. So I recommend that we try to stay away from the mixture of the spatial terms, except in a context where we're trying to do computations on these different dimensions and just need a handle of some kind. I wish I had thought of better terms, but I didn't. And to tell the truth, it's still difficult for me to figure out how to change it in such a way. But I acknowledge that there is a problem there, and we do the best we can for it.